This first beautiful action that I learned from Panipak is to counter an opponent that tried to clinch after a sidekick.
When she walked back, the blue did a mistake. She just tried to close without using any sort of kicky punch. She was very close. She had to grab her opponent so the red couldn't run away. But in this case, the red was very good because you can watch that she slide back, switch leg, and strike with a roundhouse kick. It's a very easy way to counter a player that run towards you or try to close. So you slide back and strike with the roundhouse kick. Boom, switch leg, boom, roundhouse kick. Easy 2 points. Very easy 2 points. As you can watch, to score those high kick, you have to fake or at least strike first some side kick, and then you keep the leg up and go for the head.
The second trick that I learned from Panipak is the use of cut kick. Compared to other athletes, she uses multiple side and cut kicks to set up a pattern, and when she wants to take out some points, she starts with a cut kick to fake some chest kick, then keep the leg up but with the goal to score on the helmet.
So the opponent is trying to cancel the side kick to the body, but instead you are going to aim for the helmet. And if you don't use first some side kick to the armor, the opponent is not going to block your side kick to the helmet, probably is going to dodge. So it's much better if we let the opponent track our movement and let the opponent try to read and predict our side kick. If the opponent is not able to read our side kick and start to cancel it, we can't actually use this strategy. We have just to go strike on the 30 points. She has a great lead, so she don't need to be aggressive. She just needed to wait compared to the blue that needs to come back. So if the blue does not strike, she can't come back. So she's forced to be aggressive in this case. Instead, Panipak can easily play a defensive style, and look how she plays. So the moment that the blue starts, the red just lift her leg.
The third trick, or much better, one of the application of most coaches tell us is the use of the sidekick. Some tell us to step first then a sidekick, some tell us to first lift the leg, and in this action we can watch the application of the second theory. What is going to happen if you lift first your knee, and what is going to happen if you first slide or step in a sidekick duel?
The reason why the red was able to lift the leg first and the blue when the blue starts is because the blue missed the technique. So the technique to start first than your opponent is that you need to first lift your leg and then advance on your opponent. If you first advance and then lift your leg, the opponent is going even higher than your leg, and that can be a problem because you are weak to counter. So as we can watch, the red first slide in, she's sliding in now, and then she's lift the leg. So the red just needed to lift her leg to counter and get an higher spot compared to the blue. The reason why the red was able to get an higher position on that duel. So this is very an easy concept, but not everyone knows this concept, and advise you to learn it, because to strike and win a leg duel, you have to start first lifting your leg and then slide in with the action. If you first slide in and then strike with your sidekick, you are going to lose the duel in most of cases. Look how also with all these advantages, she has 60 points and she's controlling the tatami. She's on the perfect center of the tatami and the blue is out of the center. So she's controlling also the match by playing into the center of the mat. If she was into the corner, the blue had more chance to kick on her.
In the second round, we can watch again the application of the sidekick theory from Panipak.
So to win a leg duel, to get a higher position and strike your kicks, you have to start first by lifting your leg and then sliding in. So look how she lift her leg and then slide in. Boom. And the blue, just by lifting the leg, wasn't able to counter the red technique. She didn't get to the point, of course, but still is something that we have to know.
A nice combination that I stole from her is this front roundhouse kick plus hook kick. To me, this was an instinct reaction that you can achieve only by training it multiple times, and in my opinion you can easily achieve the same results if you train this combination on a sandbag or with pads.
When we strike a roundhouse kick, like in this case, just do not stop or close, you can still try a hook kick. So she aimed for the front side of the armor and she got this hook kick. Boom. Easy. She didn't score, of course, but still a combination that we can learn use in our fight.
The distance matters in Taekwondo, and this blue teaches us how much is important to close the distance with a kicking technique and not by a rapid slide, step, or by using a punchy technique by a further position.
You can watch the blue try to close the distance, try to strike with a punch, and she got a beautiful counter. She lifted the blue with that side kick, and she's laughing because of course she understands that the red did a perfect counter. Let's watch this action. This is also a problem if you don't use a proper technique. This was a good way to take some distance and take conquer a little bit of the mat, but in this case she was too far. She was too far, and strike a punch without using a kicking technique can lead to this situation where the opponent can slide back or use any sort of movement or just can counter your action. Indeed, watch, she just tried to strike with a punch and bam, she got lifted by the red. Sorry for her, but it was a beautiful action. Okay, very beautiful action. In this case I would have tried to attack her on the sideways, so I would have just side dodge, side movements and try to spot the back of the armor because her guard is a little bit hard to take down. She's very annoying with this leg. So playing on the red front leg is probably the worst way to win against Panipak, and the only way to win against Panipak is probably with the spatial movement. So she needs to move on the sideway more, try to strike on the back of the armor, strike on the front of the armor or the helmet is like impossible. You know, some better match with Panipak where there are some fighters, some good fighters that press more the red would be great to watch in this moment. I don't remember any of those fights.
Do you want to improve your Taekwondo sparring skills? Click the subscribe button and join my Taekwondo community to support this project. With just $1 you're going to get the access to more in-depth Taekwondo guides, and going to even analyze your fights, and to a full marketing course to develop your social media and maybe earn some extra cash like me.